Hey you guys, it's Dani and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about some new decks that I got in and books and things I've been working with these past couple weeks. We're getting towards the end of May. I got a couple of things in and I just kind of wanted to talk about them with you guys. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to have fun. Okay. So, we see these decks. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. But I'm going to show you this one that's in front of me first because I have yet to take this off my altar since I got it. I'm obsessed. Krista made me do it. And among other people from our What the Fuck Is Up With That on Dawn's channel, you can see when she influenced many people. This is Blooming Lovelies. This is a little oracle deck that's like an affirmation, but it's the best. I don't remember if I showed it on my channel yet or if I showed it elsewhere or we talked about it elsewhere because we've talked about it a couple of times. But Blooming Lovelies has quickly become my go-to like daily card affirmation deck. Every time I walk in my shop, I keep it on my altar. I pull a card when I get in here, and then I start my day. Blooming Lovelies is the best. I'm in love with this, and everything about it. Like, I don't think I would have ever bought it just from looking at the art alone, if I'm being honest. It's adorable art, but it's not usually my style. But the phrases and affirmations and just keywords in general they're the best. I love them. So, like this one says, yeah, but no, but yeah. Do not wonder what the brouhaha is all about if you started the brouhaha. My hot shit brings all the flies to the yard. I'm sorry, what? These are so great. Natural born badass. Come on. Wax on, wax off with the moon. I'm obsessed. The reality is that magic is real. It's just so great. You were once wild too. So unique, funny, quirky, puts me in a great mood, sets the tone. I really enjoy this deck. I really enjoy it. I haven't pulled one for today, so I'm going to pull one for today. Real time! Let's see. Rise again. I love this. So I'm gonna put this on my altar right here, back where it belongs, and we'll move on. But such a fun deck. I'm obsessed. It's what I need right now. You know what I mean? Like, let's just get through the day with some happy vibes. Okay, let's talk about Andy's deck, Feel Your Chakras Oracle. I'm not one that uses chakras often in my work. I will reference, I have studied, I have done many things, but it's not something that I usually go towards. But when I tell you, I have been enjoying the hell out of this deck. Oh my god. So, if you guys haven't seen it, these are all set up in this way. So, root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Gives you a little few keywords for each. But there are underactive, overactive, and balanced cards for each chakra. And like, I do have a sense of humor. I talk, but I am not being honest with myself. I sense there is no point in anything. Like, these are hard hitting and they're a lot of fun. And what I've been doing is I will sit down and I will pull one from, like, I keep them separated for right now. And I have been pulling one from each, and anything that's out of balance, I will then pull other cards. Like, I used my playing cards for like some real solid answers on like what and why this is out of balance, right? And I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's one of those things where like now all my brain is doing is like, how can I incorporate this more? How can I do these check-ins more? You know, in what ways can I use it? I just love how it is a balanced deck. There are under, over, balanced, like you have a full scope of things, and you can kind of feel your way around the energies. And I slept on this. Andy. Kazaa. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. Okay. These two are Ethany's decks. So, here I have the Penumbra Tarot and Cosmic Wisdom Tarot. So, this one here, I have not messed around with an extreme amount, but I have, look at these books though. Chunk Monkey. Look at this. Chunky book, really great stuff. It even has artist notes in here, songs, like really, really good guidebook. A really nice box too. Quote by William Blake. And then we have Ethany on the back. An interview. And then we have the deck itself. Look at this. Look at this foiling. It is like a coppery color. Can y'all kind of see that? It's almost like coppery, because check these backs. Sorry if I keep hitting the microphone. I always have trouble with this daggum mic, so I try to get closer and closer. So yeah, there's this really nice foiling on the back. I'm going to be really honest. I love the way this is set up. Some of the images, not a fan. But that's just an artistic thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's purely an artistic thing. Some images I love. And other images I'm like, I don't know if I love that as much. But as a whole, the colors, the symbology. Look, I love this Empress. Look at this Empress. I love her. I love her. Let me see. This is our lovers. Beautiful death card. I do love this death card. So we have this lovely world. This one does feel like off-centered a little and cut off. And that's what I mean. It's like not all of them are my favorite, but some are just so great. This 8 of Swords is really awesome. I like this 9 too. There's some that are just so... Look at this Crown of Swords. There's some that are so deep and dynamic. And other images that just feel just so different. Let me see. And this is a single Heiress Elizabeth, a single artist. Sometimes it feels like 2 separate art styles. I do love this 7. I do love the mix of color that's in here, though. I'm a huge fan. I like this 5 of Cups with the mermaid here. Look at this element. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Like I'm saying, this is filled with beautiful art. And then some that I'm not a huge fan of. And that's just... That's okay. Love this. Look at him. I love that. Look at this little 7 of Pentacles. Adorable. But you see what I mean? Like, even these two look like separate artists. And I think that's why sometimes my brain is, like, a little itchy when the style doesn't always match up. Love this image. Like... Again, so beautiful in so many different ways. Great guidebook. Really great guidebook. So that is the Penumbra. Like I said, I've played around with this a little bit. I haven't utilized it a whole lot. But I would like to do the spreads and play a little bit more around with the guidebook with it and just kind of vibe with it. You know? Then I got this in a day or 2 ago. She's beautiful. Look at this. Gorgeous. Oh my goodness. This is such a cool guidebook. I haven't read through it yet. I just kind of glanced through it. But I mean, look how awesome. It just looks like so much fun. There's, of course, spreads. Each one is in a different color page, like each suit. And it has all the upright, yes, no, reverse. And then the things that are in the cards. I'll show you guys when we get this. Look at this. So this is the first edition. I love these edges. Check it out. These like rainbow hollow, like they're like a goldish hollow. And then the backs. So cool. So this is the first print. These have a little black border. But I love this style of art. Love this High Priestess. I think it's like the colors and the glow that seems to come from it. It's just such cute artwork. I absolutely love it. Now we have two different lovers. I'm going to show you the covered up one. There's one that's not covered up, which I appreciate. See, and the birds are up there on that one. Yeah. Chariot. Let's kind of go through some other ones. Check this devil out, though. Really awesome. Here's our tower. Love all that fire in there. So our cups. Now I will say, this does do the thing where the style of clothing goes from modern to historic. But it took me a minute to notice. So, like, my brain is not rejecting it. like, I know everyone has heard me complain about the everyday witch. I know. But this one doesn't feel as different, although I noticed it after a while. And in particular, it's things like things in the background or very specific clothing. But I feel like it's enough of a subtle thing. It's more in the modern that the ones that are, you know, dressed in the more traditional style of the tarot, like our kings and queens, it doesn't bother me as much because they are of a different, you know, like, they're the court. But I guess it's not all of them. I don't know. Because then we have this very modern, like, Four of Swords. And I'm like, are they, maybe they're LARPing. I don't know. Y'all know. It's not caught in there. It's not bad. But I did notice that. And that's just an OCD brain. But the colors, the art style, and there are certain ones, like, look at that face. I'm like, is that based on somebody? Because that looks like somebody's face. Like a caricature of someone. You know what I mean? Because, like, other faces seem so simple. And then you have those, like, detailed ones that are like, oh, yeah. I just really dig this artwork. I really dig this style. I like these pentacles. So sweet. Let's see. Yeah, here's our pentacles. Our Eight of Wands. So we have like a more modern style housing. I love this. With his prosthetic leg on. I love that. This Page of Wands is gorgeous. So yeah, this is just a really beautiful deck. It really is. The artwork is stunning. I love the coloration because everything feels deep, you know? Like I said, I mean, obviously it's still in order. I haven't used it yet. I just got it in. And I just kind of went through it a couple of times. But let's see about a shuffle. And then I want to look in this guidebook real quick with you guys. And then we'll talk about these books that I have right here. Actually, it's just, well, I mean, technically it's just one. But it's my tarot activity book underneath it. Which doesn't usually leave my table. You usually can see it in the background. Okay. We got the Queen of Wands. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? Oh, I'm sorry. Isn't she gorgeous? Ugh. Okay. All right. For our Queen of Wands. Allow the right people and opportunities to come to you by radiating your magnetic energy from within. Upright, the right people and opportunities come to me effortlessly. Social status and influence, passion projects, magnanimous personality, networking, confidence, warm and welcoming person, charisma. Answer, yes. For the reverse, it's all about me, easily jealous, attention seeking, selfishness, pettiness, overly demanding, temperamental. The answer is no. On the card, Panther, instinct, honor. The sunflowers, confidence, vitality. The gold boots, status, treating and valuing self. Lions, fierceness and power. Rose crown, adoration, and achievement. So it kind of gives you the breakdown of all the symbols, and I am here for it. I am here for it. So this is so fun. We have the Cosmic Wisdom Tarot spread, some 2-card spreads, tips for interpreting the cards, how to use it, how to connect, things like that. So, yeah, I love the feel of these. So this, I'm really excited to work with this deck. Like I said, for those of you like me who are like, oh, it's got to be the sameness. This one does not, it doesn't do it in a way that is distracting right now for me. It is not distracting me right now. Just in case you guys have brains that work like mine. So yeah, so this is the one that I keep on my desk, the Tarot Activity book. I use it all the time. But this bad boy, I got in. I got this in from Red Wheel. And this is a reprinting. There's a foreword by Teresa Reed, the author of Astrology for Real Life. But this is a reprinting of this book. These are the authors. I don't know how to say that name, so I'm not going to try because I really don't know how to pronounce the H and the J, because I'm sure it's not Hajo or Hayo. I don't know. So this is the name, and then we have Anna Habler. I'm assuming Habler. And this was originally printed, let me see, I think it tells me in the front, in like 1996. Yeah. So this was originally printed in 1996. And so it goes through, you can see I already have it tabbed, but it is tabbed itself. This was so fun because it goes through the astrology, not just like, okay, I always get the name of the book wrong because it's like, it's a longer name. Hold on. Okay. Like The Stars Within You, A Modern Guide to Astrology. This one was super good. I have my stuff kind of marked out. But this one was even more fun. Okay, so check it out. So they're all tabbed. So you can go to your zodiac sign. Wait, I'm not even showing you that yet. Oh. Where are we at? Okay. So this is a description, the first one, of all the planets. Then you go into your sun signs. So these are all tabbed here. All your sun signs. Then it goes into the moon signs. So whatever your moon is in, whatever your planets are in. So it'll be like Jupiter in Aries, Jupiter in Taurus, Jupiter in Gemini. And so you can go through for each one of those. For the moon, then you have your rising, DC, MC, energy of the houses, and then you go into the houses. Okay? And then it goes through the aspects of all your planets. So cool. But here's the fun part. This is why I'm so jazzed. Because we get all this information, but the way that they break it down into understanding certain things is so cool. So in the back is like an illustrated key. But in the front, you can see it's like how to use this book. It tells you how. Okay, do you see all these? So it tells you what to find and how it fills in the blank. So the first one is, I am a person with the intrinsic character of, and you find your sun sign, which is mine is Cancer, and I find my greatest development in the 3rd house, right? Because it's the sun house. So I'm Cancer in the 3rd house. So I can go in, I can read about Cancer, the sun sign Cancer. Then I can go to the 3rd house and find my sun in the 3rd house and what that means. And then it goes on. My role and my feeling for life are my rising sign. And it's supported or impeded by the planets in the 1st house. Mine, I don't have any planets. I just have the North Node. Sorry. So then I went to the 1st house, and then I found the North Node. And I read about what it means to have that within there. And it continues to go. It goes through this whole thing and kind of tells you, you know, I think in the manner of this, and you can go and you can read about those things. But then in the back, this is the most fun. Like, okay, so you basically make sentences. So it's called the Illustrated Key to the Horoscope, okay? So it says, so if you have the astrological constellation of Sun in Taurus in the 5th house, in square to Saturn in Leo in the 8th house, it would read as follows. So you would find these things from here. So at the top it says, these are the characters from the tribe of, or in, or on the, and then the houses, and then it shows all the keywords for the conjunction, sextile, opposition, all that kind of stuff. So, something like that would read, the king from the tribe of the enjoyers stands in the spotlight. He isn't at all compatible with the panic monger from the tribe of the greatest, who in turn stands in the underground. Kind of idea. So, if there's also sextile from Jupiter in Cancer in the 7th house, he receives support through the aristocrat. He receives support through the aristocrat from the tribe of helpers who stands in the world of partnership. And on his side, if he has the sun is in conjunction with Mercury and Gemini in the 5th house, on his side of the stage stands the local guide from the tribe of Smarties. Okay. So it really does have some interesting ways to kind of put these sentences together and kind of like fit those things in your mind, right? Or like create these little, I don't know, these little stories about what those things mean and kind of get them stuck in your head. I just think it's so much fun. So I went through this whole book. I sat with that and my birth chart. I print my birth chart from the Astro Cafe or Astrology Cafe or whatever. And so I sat with this and I kind of went through everything because it shows, you know, all your conjuncts and all that stuff. So I don't know why astrology stuff just doesn't like to stay in my head. I've read so many books I've gone through my chart a bazillion times. I never remember it. I have all my stuff all tabbed all the time. So I love when I get to like play around with it and like, let me go find this. And like, I was a highlighting queen. There were some things, because the way this is set up too, like, it's got, okay, so in the moon, just for example, as a child, an inner mother image, difficult lessons to learn. As a mother, the image of a woman, strength, problem area, key principle, style of living. So in the moon, it goes through all of those for each sign. In the sun, you get all kinds of stuff for the chart. You get the main heading that has like the patriarch. Everything has like a label on it. And it's like, it shows your ruler, exaltation, the fall, the element, sex, temperament, symbol, correlations to the seasons, archetype, what it strives for, tasks, examples, principles, mythological motifs, central thoughts. Like, it really goes through it and breaks it down into so many different things. Like, I love, like, the Capricorn archetype is the patriarch or the hermit, and the shadow is the grumbler. I love that. If you know some Capricorns, you can kind of fill those little gaps. Like, but it's like each thing, like in the actions, the strength has kind of a main thing in italics, which is like the individual who bears responsibility. The problem area is the person who has no mercy on himself or herself. And then it explains that. Like, the way that it broke it down was super simple. Now, I will say, again, this is from 1996. That was reprinted. So it's not as I'm talking to my BFF as something like this, but it's still written in an easy way to read, because that's how I gotta read my astrology. Because even in some pages where like they start, watch, I'm gonna show you, like this. Do you see all those symbols mixed in? My mind immediately goes, what? It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And I'm like, stop. It's literally saying the sun. Look for that symbol. Is found in this house. Look for that symbol. It's look for this symbol. Like, okay. I'm not gonna freak out. It's not another language. Just go slowly. Because sometimes astrology feels like what, and in a way it is a completely different style of language, right? So I found this to be super convenient and really good at like breaking things down easily for me, where I can like grab, again, like the keywords, like you can grab those and kind of hold on to those and be like, oh, I get it. It means something like this. So anyway, this was a really fun read, and I wanted to share that with you guys because we had talked about that one. And so getting this one, I devoured it. I really did. So if you're looking for stuff to play around, you're not like super up top on astrology and you're like me, you just want to know as much and all the things, these are fun books. These are really fun books. This one has mine and Jacob's and Lennon's all mapped out. This one just has my chaos. So yeah, those are a lot of fun. But that's what I've been messing with. That's what I got in. That's what I've been looking at the past couple weeks. So I hope that you enjoyed this, you guys. I will be back very soon with maybe some different type of tarot stuff to do. Some just like fun kind of let's play with our cards kind of vibes. That's where I've been lately. And so that's kind of what I think we're going to kind of dive into a little bit more, because that's just where my head is. I was like, I wanted to show you a couple of things that I got in, but honestly, I've been focusing more on really like connecting and playtime and studying and exploring my decks lately. And that's kind of where my mind has been. So I think I'm going to take you guys along with me on that. So, yeah, look for some of those. We'll be back very soon, and I'm sending you all my love. Mwah! Later, Gators.